When looking into online crowdfunding and fundraising platforms, one name that frequently pops up is Fundly, and a very common question people ask before launching a campaign is whether the platform is completely free to use. Understanding the actual cost structure of setting up a campaign requires looking closely at how crowdfunding sites operate behind the scenes, particularly regarding platform fees and payment processing. Setting up a fundraising page on Fundly does not require paying any upfront fees or subscription costs to get started. Unlike software tools that demand a monthly subscription just to keep a page active, crowdfunding sites like Fundly operate on a performance model where you can build your campaign, customize your story, and share it with potential donors without reaching for a credit card first. However, being free to launch does not mean that 100% of the money collected goes straight into your pocket without any deductions. Platforms that host fundraising campaigns must cover their own operational costs, server maintenance, and customer support infrastructure, which is why fees are deducted from the donations you receive rather than charged upfront. The primary cost associated with using Fundly involves platform fees. Historically and structurally, Fundly has utilized a platform fee percentage deducted automatically from the total funds raised. This fee typically sits around 4.9% of the money collected through your campaign page. This means that for every $1 or $100 contributed by supporters, a small fraction is retained by the platform to maintain the service. In addition to the platform fee, external payment processors are required to handle secure financial transactions. When donors use credit or debit cards to contribute to your cause, the credit card processing companies charge standard transaction fees. For Fundly campaigns, this processing fee generally amounts to around 2.9% plus a fixed amount such as 30 cents per individual donation transaction. These processing fees go directly to the merchant services handling the secure transfer of funds rather than staying with Fundly itself. Another important aspect to consider when evaluating whether a platform is truly free is how it handles funding models. Fundly operates under a keep-it-all model rather than an all-or-nothing model. This means that whatever amount of money you manage to raise by the end of your campaign is yours to keep, even if you fall short of your ultimate financial goal. Platforms that use all-or-nothing models often return funds to donors if a goal is unreached, but keep-it-all platforms ensure that partial funding is still accessible to the campaign organizer, minus the standard fees already discussed. When planning a fundraiser, factoring in these deductions is vital to ensure you set a realistic goal. If your project requires an exact net amount of $5,000, setting your target strictly at that number will leave you slightly short once the platform and credit card processing fees are automatically deducted from the total. Experienced campaigners typically calculate these percentages beforehand and increase their target slightly to account for the overhead costs of processing digital donations. It is also worth noting the broader historical and structural evolution of the platform. Over time, digital service integrations and corporate transitions change how online tools operate. For instance, structural shifts have seen traditional standalone crowdfunding domains transition or integrate with broader ecosystem partners like SignUpGenius for organizational management, while separate enterprise tools like Fundly CRM exist as entirely distinct subscription-based software packages meant for larger nonprofits rather than casual individual fundraisers. For individuals looking strictly at peer-to-peer or personal cause fundraising, understanding the distinction between zero upfront cost and zero total cost prevents any unexpected surprises when withdrawal time arrives. While you will never have to pay out of pocket to publish your story and begin accepting support, the standard industry practice of deducting operational and processing percentages directly from incoming contributions remains standard across nearly all major donation-based crowdfunding environments.